Tonight is the night. It will happen again and again. It has to. The night is great. St. Petersburg is a great city. I like its architecture and cuisine. My favorite shawarma is on Nevsky Prospect. But tonight, my hunger is of a different kind.
Почему ты не делал этого сразу? Я забыл. Не то, что забыл, папа. Да, первым делом джим, да, а вторым делом это папа. Понял тебя. Подумал, с тобой тогда в следующий раз. Работа в следующий раз, согласен. Давай, да.
I couldn't help wondering, did you actually think you could hide from the banhammer? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Let me go, you damn psycho. Yeah, you all say that. Wait a minute, banhammer? I'm not a cheater. I'm just a very skilled guy. Let's fight one-on-one, I'll prove it. I've been playing since the Mesozoic. I'm a big whale. There's no way I would cheat, I swear. Yeah, and what do we have here then? The 18th, wall hack detected. The 19th, played with macros. And the 24th, AI. Why did you use it? It's not like your KD is better. It's a mistake. I've never used cheats. I'm gonna complain. Re-examine the case. At project team. Re-examine? We want re-examine. Hello. Long time no see. This is the first time we actually interact since Global had launched. Let's change it. By the way, there's also an article from us. The link is in the description. We did similar article in Russian in 2022. A lot has changed since then, because we spend every minute making EXENS better. If we compare cheats we've been fighting then and now, it's like night and day. We made good progress in cheats detection, game obfuscation, and data analysis. And it's finally the time to revise some details of bans under Clause 411. Currently, all the bans issued under Clause 411 work only on the character that the cheat was used on, and not on the account. It's always raised questions, mostly from the honest players. So, news number one, starting from now, our methods of 411 bans will be more transparent and effective. From now on, all the accounts on all the servers will be blocked permanently. Before making this decision, we have already issued some bans with this method. Frequent Russian forum users could have read the threads of the suffered evildoers. The reaction showed us that we should do it. Many players think I am the one banging the banhammer. I am happy to say this is in the past. There's a whole team protecting honest STALCRAFT X players. The EXENS team. What happens after the report button is pushed, and how does it help fight cheaters? The death screen reports gave a huge boost to the speed of our reaction to the players with illegal software. Reports are instantly and automatically enter our system, no manual monitoring required. After that, we can intersect the report information with all our other metrics. These are combat, economics, or any other player's performances. Recently, we have experimentally launched the reason for the report: aiming assistance, detection assistance, and suspicious movements. It helps us to understand better what we're dealing with. Thank you for the reports. Will the report system be upgraded? Yes, report system upgrade is currently on the concept stage. Apart from the cheats, you will be able to report the profile, in-game chat and mail right from the profile to let players complain about the suspicious characters from their faction. Will there be compensation for those who suffer from cheaters in open world or any game modes? We really want to do it, but it's a complex project that requires the manpower of different departments. One of the biggest problems is creating a system safe from potential abuse of the situation when playing with characters seems beneficial. Anyway, we are considering this feature after the autumn event. We create different options, but no promises for now. Will there be bans for using AI cheats? Yes, and we are doing it right now. We ban these every day and some days every hour. Please note that the ban doesn't rely on how much this software affects the game. Both high-skilled players and average players can be banned, and even the PvE farmer. You may ask, why do the latest need AI? I frequently see a situation where players test this software on duels or session battles. They're putting their account at risk of being banned. And if the question arises, the decision is usually made positively. I suggest giving up the test, even if it's very tempting, otherwise your Alba-heavy, Zivkas and other treasures might be lost. Why don't you ban players who use cheat to auto-buy items at auctions? We have been discussing banning the players who automate trading for a long time in EXENS team. This action is subject to the clause 411, and as soon as we are able to effectively fight with this type of automation, the violators will be aware of it. However, we reserve the right to impose targeted sanctions towards the players even now. How many times is the report button pushed per month, and how many of these are true? Fucking a lot. Cold hard facts, somewhere like 10,000 reports per day on Rus server, 70% of which is from the open world. Of all deaths in the open world, this accounts for 1.4 of 1%. Of course, not all of these reports are on cheaters, because there are players who report all their deaths out of anger. Some of them consider the movement suspicious, although it is not, and others prefer not to report. They think it's useless, but anyway, regardless of whether the report hits a cheater or not, we can react to vivid cheaters much more quickly, thanks to your help. As I've mentioned before, we intersect this data with all our other metrics and work more effectively. Is it possible to ban a person who is playing well but has a lot of complaints sent against them? Ban under clause 411 only occurs when there is a concrete evidence. We'll never ban a player for a screenshot, support ticket, or a questionable profile description. Evidence comes first. Is it a violation to use a mouse with an extra button as an auto-click? There is no penalty for this now. If we revise the policy, there will be a separate announcement, as with macros. Alexei will tell you about it in more detail. Yeah, an auto-clicker would be nice here. The main priority of our team has always been the fight against cheaters. Meanwhile, macros have been a bone at our throat for a long time. We follow macros users closely and can't ignore the popularity of macros among established accounts. So thanks to staff expansion and tool development, we are finally starting to ban for using macros in experimental mode for now. I won't go into detail, but I will clearly state the rules of the game. This ban will have a warning shot. First ban will be for 7 days. Repeated violation, a permanent ban. Second, new account banning policy also applies to bans for using macros. Third, bans will occur under the new license agreement clause 4120. Do you punish players for regularly play in a team with a cheater? To be honest, we haven't really delved much into the history of the banned cheater and their teammates' actions until now. We just didn't have enough people. From now on, also in an experimental mode, we start deep post-processing of banned cheaters' actions. We'll be looking for all the beneficiaries of playing with a cheater. Regular players won't be affected. Our tools allow us to differ randomness from consistency. However, a free and random gift from an unknown player may well be withdrawn. Should we expect banning for account transfer on clan wars? Several rules for clan wars are now in progress, and they include account transferring as well. As soon as we finish making the rules, we will notify you about the punishment. Will there be bans for bug use? Currently, the bans continue to be issued under Clause 413. They are particularly applied for using game flaws that can affect the game economy or significantly influence the game experience of other players. Please remember, if you find a bug in the game, you can always report it through technical support. How does EXENS anti-cheat work? Cheat fight starts even before you start the game, and any injections take place. Our department has a lot of focus on obfuscation, encryption, and other ways to make it harder to analyze the game. Thus, we raise the threshold of entry into cheat development. Even the smallest update changes the internal structure of the game and doesn't allow cheat developers to relax. We don't stop there, of course. After starting the game, our anti-cheat constantly checks the memory, looking for third-party changes or modules that shouldn't be there. It's important to realize that injections is not a thing you can get rid of altogether. Reason? It's being used for quite legal purposes. Antiviruses, Discord and Steam overlay, game recording software, OBS, Bandicam, Action. All these programs have one thing in common. They inject their modules into the game process for one purpose or another, while not changing the gameplay or helping the player. Most often, they are easily recognizable from cheat modules. They have a digital signature we can verify, and a random module that appears out of nowhere, has no signature, is deleted, or has never even appeared in the list of process modules is always suspicious. Of course, our anti-cheat checks and encrypts important game files. If we find any file changes have started to be used to gain an advantage in the game, we try to promptly add them to the checker and preferably prevent the ability to modify them. For example, in a recent update, we took action against the ability to replace or remove models of players, trees, and other important objects. Will the practice of shadow banning be implemented? For example, forcibly put all cheaters on one server. We have discussed the possibility of introducing shadow bans, but there are many complications with that. STALCRAFT X is not a session-based shooter. It's an open-world MMO with valuable loot spawning. There are very few cheaters in the game, and it is not our interest to give them separate locations where they can quietly earn millions far from players' eyes. If we cut the loot spawn of such locations, then the shadow of such a ban falls. This makes the efficiency of this kind of fights go down. Many concerned players ask how to join our team. I will say this, we're doing fine on our own for now, but if we ever need help, I'll let you know. Will there be bans for lag switch? Lag switch has haunted us for a long time, and we have repeatedly tried to reduce its effect on the game. I think it's first worth a quick word about what it even is and what it looks like from the outside. In situations when the connection between you and the server lags for a short time, you will see your character continue to move normally in the game. Then the connection's stability is regained, but you are not yet in the actual position on the server, and the server faces a dilemma. Retract you back to the position where you were when the lag started, or let you move to a new position. If no artificial restrictions are made, then from the other player's point of view, you just instantly teleport to a new position. We did the following. After lag, your character starts moving on and a half times faster than their normal speed until they are in the actual position. Years ago, you could run through half a location that way. Right now, the maximum length of acceptable lag is 3 seconds. You've probably noticed the nasty red chat messages about movement synchronization. This is just a consequence of the current measures that limit the amount of time a connection can lag before you are teleported back. If we simply reduce this time, movement synchronization will occur more frequently. And I don't think anyone will like it. We are now preparing to continue the fight, this time from 2 sides at once. We recently released a new UDP-based network protocol in test mode. It performs better with unstable connection, but it is not enough to noticeably reduce the frequency of movement synchronization. According to our metrics, using the new protocol reduces it by about 10%. It gives us a leeway that allows us to rewrite movement netcode more effectively. I hope that this spring we will be able to impress you with progress in this direction. There will be less frequent movement synchronization and a tighter limit on the amount of time you can accelerate with lag switch. It's up to the engine developers, and the EXENS team just has to stand back and wait. I hope they do something good. However, the EXENS team decided to undertake the same problem in the usual way. We plan to ban particularly brazen lag switch users. They're the next in line to be shot after the macros users. This is more challenging than bans for macros. As often, it's not possible to reliably differ natural connection stability issues from lag switch, but we are already collecting a tremendous amount of data that will allow us to do these analytics. Will the killcam feature be added? Killcam is definitely a useful feature, but very labor-intensive to develop, especially in MMO game realities. It's not really a question for the EXENS team, but now the developers who can create such a feature are busy updating the movement netcode, which will make the situation with lag switch and movement synchronization better. We think it's more important for a comfortable game. Are EXENS bans being reviewed? If not, why? EXENS ban always occurs because of our firm belief that the banned players has used non-game benefits. All manuals bans are necessarily double-checked by another EXENS employee. It doesn't require a special request from the player. What are the types of compensation for erroneous bans, and do they even exist? In case of a false ban precedent, it's primary within the team to start retrospective analysis of how it happened and how to improve our system and processes so that we don't have similar outcomes in the future. These situations are extremely rare, and in these rare cases we issue compensation in STALCRAFT. How do you plan to further develop EXENS anti-cheat? EXENS anti-cheat is now an integral part of the game. This gives us a lot of advantages, but there are some methods of fighting that are not available from the game process. Consequently, we are developing an EXENS service, a separate background application that will start and stop exclusively with the game. It will not load the computer the rest of the time. This will greatly expand the capabilities of our anti-cheat. Without this, it's unlikely that an effective hardware ban system can be created. I am often asked if there will be amnesty for EXENS bans. I wonder, who's asking, huh? There will be no amnesty. It is crucial for the EXENS team to show the cheaters where they belong.